Are you rendering? Stop that. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you exactly how with this simple 3ds and SketchUp plugin, you can achieve this. Today you'll see how to turn simple viewport views into realistic renders without fiddling with lighting, materials, or straining your computer. We'll perform upscaling and match the render's mood to a reference image. We'll edit the visuals in AI, create animations, and many other interesting things. Let's begin. First, we need to install the plugin for 3ds Max and SketchUp. So go to the Settings tab, select Plugins, then choose your specific version of 3ds Max or SketchUp. So once the plugin has been successfully installed, you just need to click on this icon and the view will immediately appear in VizMaker. We can also do this for all the other shots. We have another camera prepared for us here, so we select it and we'll do the same with the next camera, and we can immediately see the views appear right here in VizMaker. We'll do the same with our interior. We also click on the second camera and then we click on the third camera as well. Let's move our interior to the other side, and now we just need to select our view. We'll choose the Image Editor tab, the Nano Banana Pro engine, and then select the View to Render prompt. Here we have many of our saved presets which have been thoroughly tested by us and work perfectly for both interiors and exteriors. And now we click Make. We can choose Make twice to see different versions. We do the same for all the other shots. And we'll do the same for the interior. Alright, and here are the results. Let's take a look at how they appear. Wow, this truly looks absolutely brilliant. This particular version really appeals to me the most. Now, let's check out the remaining renders. Here, I think this version is better, and this version looks even much better. I slightly improved the prompt to add more detail and bring out textures and to make the objects more natural. Sometimes that can also help, so let's delete the versions we don't like, but don't worry. Here they all stay in history and you can always quickly return to them. We click Use and it immediately comes back into our view. Regarding the interior render, let's see how they look. Well, that looks brilliant. That other version appealed to me more. We're checking here. We're going to discard this particular one, and then we'll take a look at which render is actually better. They both appear to be quite similar. We'll keep this specific one right here, and then let's see what else we can possibly do with our current visualization. We can see that the level of detail is quite high, but we can still put it through an upscaler. We have here the integrated Magnific Creative and Magnific Precision Engine version 2. However, Magnific Creative is perfectly suited for upscaling when we want to further enhance the quality of our visualization. We can simply select a regular prompt upscale. We'll now proceed to click on Make. We could also try increasing the creativity, setting up to 6, and then further boost the HDR. Creativity will enable Magnific to incorporate even more intricate details into the textures, while HDR will allow it to bring out a much richer color palette and stronger contrasts. Let's click on Make and see what further enhancements we can achieve for our visualization. The upscales are now ready. Let's see how Magnific has handled our work. Let's zoom in here and drop it into the comparison tool. On the left side, we'll place Nano Banana Pro, and on the right, we'll place Magnific. Now we'll check how the details have improved in our visualization. We can see that it has enhanced the texture quality. We are also checking from a distance what the stone looks like. Okay, so the detail has been improved here, and it looks very much better. We're checking here too. A lot has improved, but let's see how it is with the settings where we had creativity at 6 and HDR at 2. Let's put this on the left side, and we see that now Magnific, with the higher settings that we have visible here on the left side, he did even better because we can see that he has refined the quality of our textures here. Sometimes it might still slightly misrepresent some areas, but let's check how it looks on green. In my opinion, it already looks absolutely brilliant. So I very often recommend that after using Nano Banana Pro, you also apply Magnific, which will bring out so much more of our details. Let's also see how Magnific managed to handle our interior. On the left side, we're showing Nano Banana, and on the right side, Magnific. So the improvement is really quite significant here. It's especially noticeable when you look into the distance. This is particularly evident in the details. What we can now do with our visualizations is precisely their further editing. First of all, we can take a single shot and generate many different other perspectives. So let's select the top view and we'll process this within the Nano Banana Banana Pro engine, we'll also add some moving people to our visualization, and then we'll create a close-up shot of it. Now, let's take a look at the results. It looks fantastic. Let's look at the remaining shots. Here, we've created a top-down view. It also brilliantly captured all the proportions, and now we're checking our close-up, which can be an interesting addition for our clients. In VizMaker, we are also able to create other interesting presentations of our project. Here, we select the prompt design board. We often update and meticulously refine these prompts so they work perfectly with your visualizations. We can also transform our shot into a winter setting, an autumn setting, and we can also show it in various other views. Remember, that was our input 3ds Max standard viewport perspective, and we'll soon see what kind of results we can achieve from that. Okay, now we got it. Here we can present our building in cross-section and show its materials. Thanks to this prompt we've prepared, we can change the scenery to autumn or winter and also transform it into floor plans and elevation views of our building with cross sections. And of course, these are approximate dimensions, but we can use them just as inspiration for creating our project. And now let's do exactly the same with our interior that we prepared. Now we have people added. Let's zoom in. Let's take another look at our board and the close-up render. I'd like to remind you that we started with this particular shot from 3ds. And what distinguishes VizMaker is its capability for very easy and rapid editing of visualizations. We want to replace the armchair in our render, let's say with this model. So we just need to save this image to our computer and then drag it into VizMaker. Now all we have to do is click on our render and combine these two images together, then type the prompt replace armchair. We click make, and after a moment the armchair is replaced, perfectly fitted in perspective to our render. Additionally, in the Draw tab, we can draw on our render and indicate where a certain thing should be inserted and where it should be removed. Let's say we outline this element with a red marker. With a green marker, we'll outline this specific section here, and then we enter the prompt. Remove the object marked in red from the photo and add a dog where the green spot is. We can also specify that it shouldn't leave any green or red lines here. Then we click on Make. The dog was added. The element was removed. Remember, if it doesn't catch this generation the first time, you need to change your prompt. And sometimes you also need to generate it multiple times. Nano Banana Pro with next iterations degrades our image, so we try to put as much information as possible into one prompt. So everything we were doing here, that is changing the chair, adding a dog and removing an element, could have been entered into our first prompt so that the correct image would be generated right from the start. Another interesting feature in VizMaker is replacing elements by precisely indicating where they should be placed. For example, let's choose this bonsai tree here. We can directly copy an image found on the internet. We go to the Draw tab, right-click, and select Paste. We can then position it appropriately, and now we can use an arrow to indicate exactly where this object should be placed. And we type to remove the object that the green arrow is pointing, and simply add there that bonsai tree. Adjust the lighting and color scheme so that it looks photorealistic. We see that it also managed this task excellently. And now, sometimes, if there are windows in our scene that are not directly visible in this view, we can also indicate in VizMaker where these windows are located by rendering only the light without materials. We click the 3ds Max view and combine these two images. It's important to first select the 3ds Max view and then below connect the lighting shot. And we enter the prompt, create a photorealistic image, and here's the result. We see that Nano Banana Pro has now nicely picked up that there's a window here. It created a much softer shading across our entire scene, and it's significantly better adapted to the actual lighting conditions. And now, another brilliant use for VizMaker is adjusting the overall mood. We're Googling an image here, and we want to match it to our render. So we'll save it on the computer and then drag it directly into VizMaker. Next, we first click on our render, then we connect it to this spot. This is the image which mood we want to match, and we type the very simple prompt, match the mood. All we need to do right now is simply click on make. The image has been successfully generated. So let's take a look at how it appears. Hey, doesn't it look absolutely fantastic? You can very easily adjust the overall mood of your visualization. Finally, we'll create an animation from our footage and combine these shots in CapCut. So we select our image and then choose Video Creator. Here we have a wide range of different engines to choose from. We always have the newest and best engines available. For a simple camera movement like this, Seedance will be perfectly sufficient. It's a rather inexpensive engine, and it handles this specific type of prompt very quickly to gently rotate our camera, and we will do exactly the same for all the remaining shots. First, we will save all our shots by right-clicking, selecting Save on Media, and all the files will appear on our computer. Now we can easily transfer them to CapCut. We select all our videos and drag them directly to this place. Next, we'll move our video down. What we can definitely do is shorten the length of individual videos, and we can also go to the Speed tab, select curves here if we have the Pro version, and then we can choose the appropriate speed for our recording. This will cause the recording to slow down at some point, and at another point it will speed up, creating more dynamic shots of our interior and exterior. This way we create a really cool dynamic of shots, and the final effect looks like this. In this video, we showed only a few of many AI use cases. You can master our full AI workflow in our VizAcademy training. Click the link and download VizMaker for free now.